were gone forever.
It was 3 days.
Where are we going?
Before Maui stole Te Fiti's heart, our ancestors wanted to connect our island to all.
I think we can all agree that the big twist at the end of Moana 2 was Moana's apparent death while restoring the lost island of Motufetu, only for her to come back and be elevated as a demigod. But right now, the biggest thing on fans' minds is how Nalo's revenge sets up the story for Moana 3. Plus, there's some exciting news about the future of the franchise, like the original Moana composer sharing their excitement for the live-action remake and hinting at updates to the music, or Dwayne Johnson confirming details about his live-action look after all of the fan speculation. We'll get into all of that, but before we do, let's take a closer look at what's next for Moana 3 in the franchise. A potential Moana 3 is at risk of falling into a major trap set by the credit scene of Moana 2. While Moana 2 was an exciting, though somewhat imperfect return for the beloved character, the film mainly focused on Moana, Maui, and their team trying to break a curse placed by the powerful deity Nalo. In the end, Moana and her crew succeed, unlocking the ocean's full potential, and Moana gains a huge power boost. Given the film's success, it's pretty clear Disney will want to move forward with a third installment. The credit scene of Moana 2 even hints at the direction the sequel could take, but it also sets up the possibility of repeating old storylines and conflicts, which could end up feeling too familiar and disappointing for fans. For Moana 3 to be a great movie, it has to avoid just rehashing what we've already seen. The post-credit scene sets up Nalo and his potential revenge as the main storyline for Moana 3. Nalo's vengeful quest, now joined by the villainous crab Tamatoa, could certainly drive the plot. However, driving Nalo back might feel too much like a repeat of his previous role in Moana 2, where his motivations and actions felt more like plot devices than genuine character decisions. Reusing villains from past movies could make Moana 3 feel too similar and not as fresh or exciting. For Moana 3 to stand out, it needs to find new challenges and a unique direction for the story. Simply recycling old conflicts and characters would be a huge missed opportunity. Moana needs to face new internal struggles if the series is going to stay interesting. Moana 2 faced criticism for relying too heavily on the same internal conflicts Moana dealt with in the first movie, so the third film needs to bring something new to keep the momentum going. There's still a lot of potential for Moana 3 to explore exciting new directions. For one, the film could dive deeper into the world of deities and introduce other gods who could get involved in Nalo's conflict. Moana's newfound demigod status raises the possibility that she could become immortal, which could set up a significant time skip where we see her growing apart from her family. The story could also explore new aspects of Moana's society, like introducing a romantic subplot or highlighting even more dangers in the open ocean or the realm of the monsters. The possibilities are endless, but simply repeating the same formula from the previous films would be a mistake. If Moana 3 is going to live up to the greatness of Moana and Moana 2, it needs to chart a new path. There's a lot to build on, from Moana's new demigod status to the expanded ocean that humanity can now explore. However, the returning villains and conflicts could make the sequel feel too repetitive unless the story takes bold new directions. Moana 3 will have to break free from the patterns of the first two films to become something truly special. One thing we can definitely expect in a potential Moana 3 is the return of the iconic duo Moana and Maui. One of the best things about sequels to beloved Disney films is the chance to see the original cast reunite for another adventure, and Moana is no different. While it's hard to say who else from the supporting cast might come back, there's no doubt that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson will once again voice the strong and lovable demigod Maui, and Auliʻi Cravalho should reprise her role as Moana. Even though Cravalho didn't return for the live-action remake, that was more about logistics than anything else. Both Cravalho and The Rock have expressed excitement about their roles, and with both of them eager to return for Moana 3, it's clear Disney will want to bring them back for the sequel. If the third film happens, it'll be hard to imagine Moana without the duo leading the charge once again. On the other hand, Dwayne Johnson recently confirmed that he's wearing a bodysuit in the live-action Moana remake, clearing up fan speculation. Johnson, who voiced the demigod Maui in the animated films, is reprising the role in the live-action version. Early set images showed him in costume, complete with Maui's iconic tattoos and curly hair, leading fans to wonder if he had bulked up for the role or was using a suit. Turns out it's the latter. Johnson revealed that the suit took hours to put on every day. He mentioned that they put up walls to block paparazzi, but since they filmed outside, it was tough to keep everything under wraps. Despite this, he was happy to hear that no one could tell it was a suit. In the same interview, Johnson shared how stepping into Maui's character for the live-action film felt different. He called the experience eye-opening and said that it felt real the moment he became Maui on set. This bodysuit is just one of the many elements helping to bring the story and characters to life while still maintaining the magic of the original film. Another exciting development for the live-action remake is the return of Moana's composer, Mark Mancina. He recently expressed his excitement for the remake and shared some details about the music. Mancina, who worked on the original Moana soundtrack alongside Lin-Manuel Miranda and Opetaya Fawai, will be composing the music for the live-action version as well. He mentioned that they've already delivered basic tracks to help with filming, and while the music will be similar to the original, he hopes to make it more sophisticated and add his own personal touch. Mancina is also eager about working with director Thomas Kail, who's known for his work on Hamilton. While Mancina isn't sure if new songs will be added, he's hopeful for what's to come. With Mancina's return to the project, it seems the live-action Moana will stay true to the musical roots of the original movie. Fans of the first Moana will likely be excited to hear that the songs are expected to remain largely the same, but with an updated twist. Mancina's focus on making the music more sophisticated could take it to the next level. To wrap things up on the live-action Moana, the first behind-the-scenes photos have been shared, giving us a peek at Maui and Moana in their live-action forms. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson will reprise his role as Maui, the mighty demigod, while Catherine Lagaya takes on the role of Moana, replacing Auliʻi Cravalho from the original movie. The photos shared by Real News Hawaii show the actors on set at a popular beach on the west side. We get a glimpse of Johnson with his long dark hair wig and Maui's signature chest tattoos, while Lagaya's Moana is seen in her iconic outfit. We also see a full-scale version of the Wa'akaulua boat, which Moana uses to sail. Disney executive Asad Ayaz shared a post celebrating the start of filming with a group of creative team members holding a huge replica of Maui's hook. The set photos show how much the movie will rely on real set pieces and practical effects. One photo shows several wooden boats, indicating that the fleet will be built at life-size scale rather than relying on CGI. Maui's hook is also shown to be an actual large prop, just like in the animated version, which suggests that the magic of Motunui will be brought to life with real-world elements. The first look also shows that the live-action film will stick closely to the look of the animated movie. Maui's tattoos and long hair are there, and Moana is rocking her red crop top and long beige skirt. However, one thing is missing from the photos: Moana's pet pig Pua. It's possible Pua will be added in with CGI, much like how animals were created in the Lion King remake. And that's that for today's video. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one.